Furlough the NGO and promote the social enterprise. Furlough. Raise your hands if you know what a furlough is. A furlough is an unpaid leave of absence from employment. It is a temporary solution or situation usually caused by a special circumstance like a pandemic. It's an alternative solution to having someone removed from their job permanently. On May 19, 2020, Forbes Online used this image for their feature, "You Got Furloughed, Now What?" Forbes contributor Nicole Larpin opens this article by sharing the direct relationship between the global spread of the COVID-19 pandemic and the global spread of furloughs in offices everywhere. Furloughs are becoming a commonplace word and a common corporate strategy to save businesses from crumbling in this COVID-19 crisis. McKinsey research suggests that furloughs can present good opportunities as furloughed employers take time to do some online training and equip themselves better for their jobs. Today, the Furlough Rescue Plan will continue to reach far and wide as this new world tries to adjust to a new normal and a new next. So what is next? When the rhythm of the drumbeat changes, the dance steps have to adapt, right? Making an employee take a furlough is not an easy decision, but it is an easier solution to a gigantic problem. An NGO is another gigantic problem that the world is facing today. Investopedia describes an NGO as a non-profit, a government functioning separately from the government, citizen-based group that may also work on international development and social missions. Volunteers in Asia, Project Hope, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Princeton in Asia. The list of NGOs goes on and on. These are just some of the NGOs present in China today. They all aim to offer a sense of hope and a new meaning to a purpose-filled life, but they still need to go on furlough. They need to take an unpaid leave of absence and allow the social enterprise to create the same sense of hope while creating sustainable jobs and sustainable revenue. Kentian Silk is a social enterprise based in Accra and in Beijing, focusing on consulting, events management, and deep dive trips to Africa. In May 2018, Beijing Africa Week was the first ever initiative that was launched here. This initiative is used to celebrate African entrepreneurship, art, and culture in China. I am the co-founder of Kentian Silk, and I'm so proud to be part of this platform that provides social impact by changing and challenging the status quo of Africa-China relations. We right stereotypical wrongs, and we use this week to reward an African Startup Pitch Competition winner with profits made from Africa Week. Our business also has revenue through consulting. So we delight in being part of societal change, but that change is not reliant on donations. Again, Investopedia says that a social enterprise tries to maximize profit while maximizing benefits to society. So why are NGOs such a gigantic problem? NGOs are supposed to offer hope and fix problems, from climate change to refugee repatriation. And they do this. They can even influence policies and help alleviate global poverty. But is that enough? Sometimes we can create barriers while we're even trying to create solutions. This is the Great Wall in Beijing. The Great Wall in China was created to protect China from its enemies. But the war was limiting and never really lived up to its ultimate purpose. An NGO's reliance on high donations and high administration costs are limiting. Can there be a new way forward, thinking about how we can develop society while building new structures that help our economy too? Charities which give well confirm that NGOs need to spend at least 11.5% of their funds on managing administration costs. They recommend that NGOs spend at least 10.8% of their funds to manage administration costs. This is no good. Before the Hope and Fixing work begins, we're already spending excessive amounts on admin. So let's think and pause. How could we use these resources on more sustainability, on more innovation, on more social impact? Enough is enough. NGOs do what they can to help rebuild broken societies, but sometimes their approach is just not good enough. That is why the NGO is a gigantic problem that must be fixed. Today, the social enterprise is needed more than ever. The world is moving forward and rebuilding in unimaginable ways. Just think about the social innovation that was forced by the pandemic, creating a meditech revolution. In China, we have futuristic online services and diagnosis. In Ghana, we have drones delivering blood and COVID-19 tests to remote areas. This social impact is needed and it should not rely on NGO donations. This social impact should be built without foundations that are not sustainable. So how many of you have volunteered at an NGO? What role did you play there? What type of sustainable change did you create? Jason Wang is the CEO and founder of the Innovation School in Beijing. Moonshots Academy is affiliated with Peking University, and they focus on new approaches to learning and making sure that every student is involved in creating social impact. That's incredible. He didn't just volunteer at a school, but he built a school. And think about the type of social impact and the change that he can make from that standpost. Today, that school is now the 10th registered B Corp in China. So the good news is the social impact demand is much greater than the gigantic problem of an NGO. Social enterprises will not get caught up in the cycle of relying on donations as long as they can deliver the demand that their market needs while trying to solve their problems. So, be the change. Furlough the social enterprise furlough the NGO and promote the social enterprise. So you're probably thinking, how can I promote the social enterprise? Well, the right questions are a great place to start. Question 1, what are the problems your community are facing today? Kenty and Silk is a social enterprise with talent from creatives to consultants. We started doing business in China and Africa because we wanted to address the problem in the gap of information and also the imbalance between Africa and China relations. Question 2, how can you use the resources that you have to solve these problems? Your resources go beyond financial aid. Think about how you can utilize yourself. How can you use your mentors? How can you leverage experts? How can you use data insights and technology to drive business solutions that can really help your community today? Question 3, does solving social problems have to be charitable work? No! Think about all the businesses that are out there that are trying to make real change but are also making a profit, like Zipline, Education for Ethiopia, Chariot's handymaids, Avid's clothing, and Black is Beautiful apparel. My life at Kenton Silk started as I volunteered on Beijing Africa Week, and now I'm a co-founder. So aim high and think beyond charity. Aim as high as these heights that I found myself in back in 2018 when I went on the Great Wall wearing my twin brother Fleur-Adi's clothing line, Don't Be Foolish. So don't be foolish. Think about how you can climb over barriers that are walls, and think about sustainable development, social impact, and business together. I'll leave you with this. This proverb beautifully illustrates what you can build with good foundations by the grace of God. So what is the purpose of life? Well, the way that NGOs achieve their purpose is not so great, and it needs to be fixed. It's becoming a gigantic problem. Today's new next means that the social enterprise needs to be promoted instead. Thank you.